Hi folks, welcome into the channel Juan here from Physical Media EU. Today I want to show and talk about the German media book releases. So let's check those out right after the intro. Hello again and thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about these German media book releases, and all of these that I will show, you can see here all of these have a full review in the channel. You can find the links to those in the description. Remember, you can also find me and all the photos of these releases on Instagram, which has the same handle, Physical Media EU, and you're welcome to follow there as well. So to begin with, I want to show these two releases, which are Blu-rays, right? The rest I'm going to show are 4Ks, but these two are Blu-rays, and they come from different labels. So this one, The Killing of the Sacred Deer, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, was released by Alameda Film, and you can see it's a very nice media book, very shiny, as you can see there. It has like a very strong reflection. Of course, all of these come with a little media book in the center. This, because it's Blu-ray, is a combo Blu-ray plus DVD. And what I really like about this edition is that it also comes with a poster. This is something that not all of them do, and I would definitely like to see this more often. But now, the same for this one and all the other media books. All the content, all the text and the J cards and the content in the back, all of this is in German, also including the Blu-ray menus. So that's something definitely to keep in mind. So yeah, as I said, this one comes from Alameda Film. Very nice. Now, moving on, we have this limited release of Terrified, the Argentinian film directed by Damian Rugna. This is a number released. I think it was like 2000.5 that they were making for this one. This one comes from another label called Panda Storm, and the build quality is actually very similar to the previous one. As you can see, very shiny, both of them. The booklet is actually a little thinner than in the other case, but this release has a lot of bonus features, but that's something that I'm not sure that is connected to the label. Yeah, actually here it says it has 16 pages. Only has less text than the other one and a little bit more photos. So these two are combos, Blu-ray plus DVD. They look very similar. They are like 99% same height as well. So these are the first two I wanted to show. Moving on, now we're gonna go to the 4K discs. In this case, Bloodsport. This one was a present by the Friends of Frames. So if you know their website, definitely you should go check it out. This one, it has a little bit of a different material. You can see it's not as shiny as the other ones, and it's a little hard to replicate this in the video, but you can see it has like a little texture, right? This is different than the other releases that I want to show. I'm not sure why this one is like this particularly, but it's also a very nice release, right? With very good build quality. In this case, the booklet is 24 pages, and it's also not as shiny, more opaque kind of paper. And this one also comes from another label, in this case Cape Light. Now moving on to the last group, I want to show these ones. You can see here what they have in common besides the presentation is that all of these are A24 movies, which is a studio, of course, that I follow very closely. And a thing to mention here is that these ones, they come from different labels as the ones I mentioned before. So we have 3 from Leonine, 1 from DMC, and 1 from Plaion Pictures. So let's start with the Plaion one. So this release from The Green Knight. So again, very good material. There's hardcovers. The printing of the booklet, you can see there. You can guess you can see by the reflection how bright the paper is. In this case, for example, the text is quite small. Again, all the text in all these media books is in German, unfortunately, so I cannot read them, sadly. But in general, the picture and printing quality is very positive, is very good. And in this one, I'm sure you can see there a little bit of as well that it has some these areas, these regions of the cover that they are more bright. So that's a nice detail. Moving on, let's check the one I have from DMC. This case is the Civil War one, which, as you can see, is more opaque, not as bright as the other ones. It is a little bit bulkier release. You can see if I put one side by side that Civil War is a little taller. So on the shelf it goes up probably what, like 2 millimeters maybe. It's not a big difference, but it's easy to see when they are lined on the shelf. A very cool thing about this release is that it included some postcards. If you're interested to see this in detail, go to the description. There I will put the links of all of these individual reviews. And here the booklet, very similar to what we have seen in the other ones. Also very shiny, very good printing quality. Also all the text in German. This one has a couple more of bigger photos maybe, but there you go. Kind of like this magazine style layout, which I think is very nice. But again, sadly, I cannot understand the text. And you can see here, for example, this text down here is also in German. And now the last three coming from Leonine. We have Iron Claw, Zone of Interest, and Bo is Afraid. So let's check them out very quick. These two, as you can see, are super shiny, very similar releases, while this one is more opaque. And let's check Iron Claw. So again, booklet around 36 pages, I would say. This one is the only photo that it has side by side. Then the rest, you will have German text, so you can see here. There are a couple more photos as well, but just like not as big as that one. Then moving on to Zone of Interest. Here also text in German. The photos look very good, a little bit more. So it is heavy on the photos, but also of course, yeah, all the text is in German. Here you can see one more. And an interesting thing to mention about all these media books is that all of them have German subtitles, with the exception of this one, that for some reason that I don't know, it also has subtitles in English. Of course, all the other movies that I showed, they have the original language is in English, so subtitles are needed for the German market. So of course you get that one, but normally they don't include other ones. In this case, the movie is in German, so maybe that's one of the reasons why, besides the German subtitle, there's also an English subtitle track. And lastly, we reach to Bo is Afraid, which also has a 36 pages booklet with German content. And you can see there as well. A cool thing about this one is that the audio track is 7.1. I think in general, most of these media books have very good audio tracks, sometimes with 7.1, sometimes Dolby Atmos also in the German audio track, which of course I don't listen to, but if German is your primary language and you want to hear the movie in German, you get an audio track that is as good as the English one in many cases. So that's something positive, I believe. Now, one thing I want to highlight, because I think this is very strange. These two movies, Iron Claw and Bo is Afraid, these two movies that are in 4K in these two releases, is the only country, Germany, that has 4K releases for these movies. I'm not sure why. It's super strange. There's no other place where you can get these movies in 4K, but taking the advantage that 4K discs are region free, you can buy this anywhere in the world, and if you have a 4K player, you'll be able to play it no problem. But again, remember that in many cases, the bonus features are present in the Blu-ray only, is region locked, and also keep in mind the subtitles and that the booklets and the Blu-ray menus are also in German. So in my case, I don't live in Germany, and I'm a little surprised maybe of how regular or how common these media book releases are in Germany. I don't know why they have that preference, but in general they are a nice kind of release, I believe, which is in many cases a good alternative to a steelbook. Might depend on the type of collector that you are, but I think that the media book gives you a little more because it has a booklet and it's not so prone to be damaged as the steelbook. So I think both might have pros and cons, but I think in general that the media book gives you a little more. One thing I definitely don't like about media books is that they are just like, of course, like a book. So this is not locked. So if I just pull it from here, right, it just opens. I kind of feel like I would like this to be like a little bit more like safe, maybe. I'm not sure if that's the best word, but yeah, a little bit more reliable, right? That this is just like one thing that it wouldn't open by accident and stuff like that. But again, living in Europe, this is a nice alternative in many cases. So lastly, I would love to hear your opinion about media books. Tell me if you like them, if you collect them, what do you think of them? If you know why they like it so much in Germany, and also if you know in other parts of the world there are labels doing the same. And that's it for the video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing to the channel. Remember also checking out Instagram, where there are photos of all the items that are review. All these ones that I mentioned today, links down in the description. And again, thank you so much for watching, and see you all at Okie Dogs.